Hello, hello. It is Sarah Waggle, your astro coach here for Wellness Astrology. This time for the moon in Scorpio. This is March 17 through 19. This is intense. Okay, so let's talk about Scorpio. Scorpio is co-ruled, meaning it has two planet rulers by Mars and Pluto. So we're going to look at Mars because Mars is in detriment in Cancer or at fall. I think I mess that up every time, but whatever. Either way, he's not happy in Cancer, but he is direct, so that's good. But over in Aries, which is ruled by Mars, we have Venus and Mercury in retrograde. So this moon could be some spicy. There's also a grand trine between the moon in Scorpio, Mars in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. So that's a water trine. Um, the, this really feels like it could be pretty ugly, like emotionally ugly. Like Scorpio is the depths of your emotions. And this is a lot of water. So this could be really emotional. And I realize that this falls on St. Patrick's Day, but like, please do things responsibly. There could be, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of like fights, just emotional outbursts, because everything's changing and not everybody can handle change. Um, and like there may be like relationship expectations for a partner to make changes and their partner is resisting it, and that could create some turmoil. Things like that. There's obviously like everyone's stressed about money. Not everybody, but I mean many people are stressed about money. Many people are stressed about what's happening and what's next and whatever. And so and we're in the eclipse portal, adding to the mix of everything. And so just remember, Mercury is in retrograde. Be proactive about communication, be proactive about travel, those sorts of things. But I feel like with this moon in Scorpio and Mars not being in a favorable position, but with Venus and Mercury both retrograde in Aries, which is ruled by Mars, that this could be spicy AF. This could be really like, I mean, what's the 17th? Is that to the 14th? So Monday through Wednesday. So the first part of the week. And so Monday is the moon's day. Is Tuesday Mars Day, I think. And then Wednesday is Mercury Day, I think. So if that's the case, then we get the Scorpio moon on the moon's day, which is Monday, Lunas, Lunas Martes. It's based off of, I think, Spanish. So Lunes, Martes, Miércoles. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I can never remember. And then Friday is Venus. Thursday is Jupiter. Saturday is Saturn. Sunday is Sun. So if you actually remember the days of the week by the planets, it actually kind of aligns. It kind of, so if Monday is the moon's day and Tuesday is Mars day and the moon is in a Mars ruled in a Mars ruled sign, yet we have Venus and Mercury retrograde in a Mars ruled sign, and Mars is at fall in Cancer. Like this could be spicy. Like Mars is in like protective mama bear mode, but he's also like treading water. He doesn't like being in Cancer. And you have Venus who doesn't like being in Aries, and Mercury who just spouts shit out in Aries, albeit retrograde. And the moon in Scorpio, which is like the depth of the emotions, like the dark side of the emotions. Yeah. So pay attention to your physical things like your digestive system, particularly your bowel movements, urination, sweating, things like that. How you are excreting things from your body, things like that. And also this much water, watch your stabilization, but also like make sure that you're being with the messy, like this could be messy emotionally, but like allow the messy emotions because letting those emotions out can help your physical body, right? If you have to cry, if you need to like throw a temper tantrum, like those sorts of things. because again, a lot of things are changing very rapidly, and we're in that level, this level of rapid changing energy for the better part of the next at least month and a half or so. So, or at least for the next 3-4 weeks, right? Because of the eclipse portal, because of planets moving into Aries, and things like that. So, like, hang on, but also feel the feels. If you're angry, you're pissed about something, you need to feel that anger and feel that piss off, right? And all of those sorts of things. But also, I feel like this is passions, right? Because Pisces is creativity, Cancer is nurturing. Scorpio is what turns you on, right? What's like orgasmic to you, not just sexually, but like creatively. And so, like, this could be where you like step into that power of like, okay, this is the actual thing that I've wanted to create my entire life, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to post it on social media, or I'm going to post it on YouTube, or I'm going to create the podcast, or, whatever, whatever, whatever. So it's like, Scorpio is passionate in not just the bedroom, but like creatively, right? Scorpio wants to express his deepest desires. And so, what is that for you? And yeah, so many of us are like, our deepest desires may be like being in a relationship and having some good sex and all of those things. And that's all beautiful, right? I'm not discounting that. But like, have you ever read a book that like you think is going to be really good and it turns out to be smut, and it's like, bleh, right? Like, why did that have to be in this book? But when you read a good book, like I'm the type of person when I'm watching like a guy movie, I don't need to see like the romantic understory. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't belong there. Anyway, I don't know where that all came from, but the point is that it's about pursuing your creative passions, and the things that light your body up, right? And this is where I'm going to go back and say again that I've said before, is a lot of people don't know how to feel their body. They don't know how to feel when their body is happy or like feeling its feels. They don't know how to feel their body when it's anxious. They don't know how to feel their body when they're like overheated or over like restless. Like they don't know how to feel their chakras. A lot of people don't know how to feel that, and many of us are like over medicated or like undernourished. And by that I mean like, we're not eating like foods that nourish our body very well. And so that could be a thing too. But my point here is that even if you are on medications, even if you have poor nutrition, or you eat like, eat ice cream all the time, like I'm not hating on ice cream or Oreos or M&Ms or anything else. But my point is that like, if you aren't feeling your body, how it responds or reacts, like Scorpio is very psychic in that way, like it responds and reacts to people, places, and things, projects, ideas, desires. It responds, right? And we all have Scorpio somewhere in our individual natal chart. So even if you don't have anything in Scorpio, you've got Scorpio in your chart. And so, but many of us don't know how to feel our physical body, to feel when something makes us excited or passionate or happy or joyful or, whatever, right? In the same respect, we don't know how to feel what it feels when we're angry, when we're sad, when we are, enraged, etc. So this could be a very emotional couple of days. Like I said, I know this falls on St. Patrick's Day, so probably a lot of people are taking a 3-day weekend, but do what you do responsibly. You got to feel some feels here. All right, let's see what's up with the tarot. The tarot. I can't believe we're almost done with Pisces season. This year is like flying. Grand Trine. So flooding. It is spring, or it's spring-ish. in in meteorology. And so, flooding, that being a grand, there's a water trine between, like I said, Saturn and Pisces, the moon in Scorpio, and Mars in Cancer. And so there could be some watery type weather events um, happening that could create flooding. Um, there could be some melting happening that could create flooding. So just be, advised, be prepared, have things prepared, and all of that. But there also could be flooding like tears, like crying and getting some emotions and discomfort out of your body that way. So, all right, let's see what we got going on. The Four of Earth. Didn't we have the Five of Earth the other day? Um, being too frivolous or too too frivolous or too cautious. So kind of both ends of the spectrum there. Yeah, too frivolous or too cautious. So both ends of the spectrum with regards to money. Um, good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. Um, Frivolous or cautious with money, yes. Venus is in retrograde. Uh, Scorpio, Mars, a lot of Mars energy could be erratic, could be, like too fast to make a purchase. But a good business decision, like, could be like getting an assistant, making an investment, those sorts of things. But there could be some nervousness around that because Mercury retrograde, you may not feel like you should sign the contract right now. Um, Giving to those less fortunate, of course, because it's Lent, so people are going to give to those less fortunate. Because that's what we're supposed to do for 40 days, right? Is make sacrifices. But any other time of year, it doesn't matter what we do, right? Just those 40 days. That's a really shitty thing to say. But isn't it true? Like, this is what I don't like about Christians is they do the right thing when it's like the Christian time to do so. But any other time of year, they don't give a fuck, right? Like, oh, I'm broke. Oh, I don't have anything. I don't, but during Lent, like they're gonna clean out their closet and send like, a bag a day to the Goodwill or to the other, any other um thrift store or whatever. So that's really shitty, but whatever, it's true. Um, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Um, I think that if you're gonna help and support others, you should be doing it all the time and not just when your doctrine or whatever tells you to do it. All right, maybe I'm getting a little spicy. I know there's a lot of Christians who watch my channel, but that's okay. All right, self-care. We got all right, 43 rest. I mean, no lie. I know a lot of people like this last week or so. Again, I'm recording this on the 14th. But I know a lot of people in the last week or so felt very hibernating. Just like literally staying in bed, and not having the energy, just didn't have the but then last Sunday it was, what date would that have been? Was that the 8th? No, it was the 9th. Like the Schumann resonance was so insane that the chart was down, the graph was down for like an entire day. So you got to keep in mind that not only are we dealing with astrology energy and planet energy and that kind of those kinds of things, but the Schumann resonance, which measures the pulse or the frequency on the planet that we live on, Earth, that has been really up and down, right? And so, highly recommend. You can find her here on YouTube. I think she goes by Consciously Erin on YouTube, Erin Brown. She does a daily Schumann resonance update. You can also watch The Suspicious Observer. They do a daily video about like solar conditions and how they're affecting the planet. And the difference between the two is Consciously Erin Brown does like a Schumann update and kind of gives you like her intuitive perspective, and then Suspicious Observer is more scientific and it's going to talk about like the earthquakes or other types of like earth, like literal earth happenings. And so, and I do this with astrologers too. Like there's some astrologers that I watch for literal examples of what's going on. There's other astrologers like Molly McCord because she's intuitive and she has like the, what we're feeling, how it might affect our bodies, blah, blah, blah. And then some of the male astrologers, nothing wrong with some of the male astrologers out there. There's some out there who know their shit really well. Robert Phoenix, Leo King, those guys know their shit. But they're males. And I'm not like bashing on them, but I mean, they don't feel it the same way as girls do. Okay. All right. Molly McCord, however, she's been doing this for a long time. But I mean, so I feel like there's room for both, right? There's room for like the scientific Suspicious Observer, and there's room for Consciously Erin and her interpretation of the Schumann resonance, as well as other other graphs. She talks about the Italian graph. And again, it's not an area that I know a lot about. I've been learning it and I've been following it and tracking it, kind of like I do with the moon. Like I track the moon and how the moon affects me. Now I'm doing the same thing with the Schumann, just to see like how I'm feeling or whatever. And last Sunday, the 9th, like a lot of people felt really lethargic. And so yeah. But anyway, so this is the advantage of like journaling or just in general, like tracking your body and how it responds kind of day by day. And then going back and looking, whether it's at an astrology video or astrology chart, or going back and looking at the Schumann, and just tracking how your body feels so you can get kind of a feel for, what you may be experiencing. And then you can kind of track, each time the moon's in such and such a sign. Every time the moon's in Scorpio, I'm like emotionally temper tantrumy. Every time the moon is in Virgo, I get shit done, or Capricorn, I get shit done. So anywho, I hope that's helpful. Please take good care of yourself. Do rest when you can. This energy is very intense. It's going to continue to be intense. So please, take care of yourself. All right. And set boundaries. Say no to things. You don't have to run yourself ragged right now. It's not a good time to do that. So, all right. I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Take care.